Hello, hello, hello. Can you hear me? Steelers Nation, if you can hear me, make some noise. Oh, that was real loud. If it was like Tuesday at like 2 o'clock, it's prime time, right? We got the Bengals in town. You know we got to let them know how we really feel. So black and gold, Steelers Nation, if you can hear me, let me hear you make some noise. All righty. Well, for those of you that do not know, my name is Arthur Moats, retired linebacker of the Pittsburgh Steelers, and I will be your host for tonight's interview. And let me just say, I am super excited to talk to this guy right here. Because first off, not only was he my teammate, we also came into the league together. So let's get to it, all right? He came into the NFL in the 2010 NFL Draft, when the Jacksonville Jaguars selected him in the first round, the 10th overall selection out of the University of California. And once he came into the league, he enjoyed a 14 career and counting, where he spent his first 7 seasons with the Jacksonville Jaguars. Then in 2017, came to the black and gold, where he spent 6 seasons right here up until 2022. And then just last year, was a part of the Detroit Lions playoff run as well. But throughout his career, he's played in 193 games with over 100 career starts, 25 sacks, 420 tackles, and this guy has 70 quarterback hits. So please, Steelers Nation, make some noise for number 94, defensive lineman Tyson Alualu. Know. Now, Tyson, it's not often I get to interview somebody that was in the same draft class as me. This is actually crazy today, baby, but let's get to it, man, because you've been doing this thing for a while now. 14 years, still hungry, still passionate. What keeps you motivated to keep playing, man?
Man, it's just the love for the game. I enjoy this game. It's a child's game I played since I was 7 years old, man, and I still enjoy every part of it, playing the game in itself, but also the preparation, the training, all the stuff that people don't like to do. I still get up every day and enjoy those moments. So until I don't have fun with it anymore, then that'll be telling.
No, without a doubt, man, and I love it. I see the smile on your face and the passion always when you're talking about it. Now, when you were playing in high school, it was a little bit different than this here weather. You were Honolulu, Hawaii, where it's real nice set. But if you could, talk about the high school football scene out there and what that was like for you, man.
Man, I guess a lot of people don't realize how big football is in Hawaii. Almost, for me growing up, it almost felt like that's all we had. Like, this was our chance to make it out of the neighborhood. This is our chance to, give back to our family. So, like I said, just playing this game, it made it fun, and to get to this level and be able to do a lot of things for my family, with my family, it's things that you can't beat. So, all the kids back home, man, they're hungry, and I was in their shoes, going through the same thing. So I know, they're trying to get to this level as well.
No, without a doubt, man, and you're doing an excellent job of setting that role for those guys so they can see that and follow you. But I gotta ask, how did you end up at the University of California? Take me through recruitment, man, and were there other options that you were considering?
Yeah, I mean, it's recruiting back when we was in high school is way different than the recruiting that my son went through. But it's, most of my offers came from the Pac-12. I didn't think I was going to go far on the East Coast. Definitely not out here in Pittsburgh with the weather and how far it was from Hawaii. So it would have definitely been somewhere in California. So it just made sense. And then for me, Cal Berkeley, sold the dream on if you get a degree from this school, you can do whatever you want. So, that's kind of what helped me make my decision.
Yeah. Now, after you spend your time at Cal and you dominate over there, it's NFL draft time. Take me through the process, man. Were you knowing that you were going to get drafted as early as you did? And were you having a party? How'd you, spend draft day as well, man?
Yeah, I definitely didn't think I was going to be the number 10 pick in the NFL draft.
Big dog.
Right. That was definitely a blessing. So, shout out. It was all God, part of God's plan. But so the year before, after season, I just kind of asked my coach, I'm like, I wonder where I would be projected after my junior season. And they told me 4th round. And to me, I was like, that sounds great. I would love to come out right now.
Oh, okay.
In the 4th round. But, I knew I wasn't nowhere near where I needed to be. So I went back, talked to my coaches, and the rest is history. They put me in a great position to have success on the field. And I think I got my shot at the Senior Bowl. And I think that's where teams kind of started to notice me. As a player, as a complete defensive lineman, being able to play nose tackle, DN, I think that definitely helped
my run, rush the pass. You did everything in the game, man.
That helped my draft stock go up. So it's definitely a blessing. But like you said, I didn't expect to go that high, because even when I was coming down to the draft, it was talking to a lot of people prior to it. They was like, man, I was projected 2nd round. And I went undrafted. So that kind of scared me away from, like, man, I'm not going to pay attention to any mock draft or anything people talk about, or whether they was projecting me to go 2nd, 3rd, 4th. Like, I just took it as, I'm going to just give everything I got and put it in God's hands. Wherever I get drafted, that's where I'm supposed to be.
No, without a doubt. I like that right there, man. Sitting here with Tyson Alualu at the moment. So, take me to 2017. You finished up your time in Jacksonville. You're hitting free agency. What was the decision-making process that ultimately landed you here in Pittsburgh?
Well, to be honest, I came to Pittsburgh only because my agent told me to come to Pittsburgh. Because coming out of Jacksonville, I was looking to get 1 year, like just a prove-it deal. And Pittsburgh, when I was coming into free agency, they said Pittsburgh don't do that. Unless you getting the minimum, they're not going to give you a 1-year deal. So I came here thinking, I'm not signing here. Let me just do it because my agent did, and it was a whole different story once I walked in the building. My first meeting was with Coach Mitch.
Yeah, shout out to Mitch, man. Absolutely.
Talked to Coach Mitch, and I was with Ray, who was probably 6th grade at the time, and we left that meeting thinking, like, man, this is a great coach to play for. This is the place where, I've been dreaming of since I was coming out of the league. And the rest is history. I talked to Coach Tomlin, Kev after that, and I didn't leave. I knew leaving the meeting, I was like, yeah, I'm going to sign here for sure. And to me, that was the best decision I made in my career.
No, I like that. And trust me, man, Steelers Nation was happy you made that decision as well. But talk to me a little bit. You brought him up, Coach Tomlin. What was it like playing for him, and was there a favorite memory or story that you have from your time with Coach T?
I feel like there's just so many great stories just being in the building with him. We know all the great sayings, but I feel like the best thing about Coach Tomlin is his leadership and how he lead the guys. I came in 2017 when there was a bunch of superstars on this team.
Absolutely.
And sitting down in the meeting rooms and seeing how he led this group from AB to Ben, Le'Veon, it amazed me and made me appreciate, his style of coaching, his leadership, and I'm just grateful. But he knows how to bring out like the best in each player. He knows everybody's different. So seeing how he make guys compete, whether it's against themselves, against each other, it's so fun to watch, man. So I think that's what I love the most about seeing his style of coaching.
No, without a doubt. You bringing up that competition. Started having flashbacks. He loves some competition, right. Man. Can never get enough of it. But I got to ask you, man, 2021, free agency is back up. Initially, you're signing with the Jacksonville Jaguars, and all of us are sad. We're like, yo, what's going on?
Right.
Couple days later, you're signing with the Pittsburgh Steelers. Help me out. What took place with that, man, and what was kind of the thought process in between the commitment to Jacksonville and then deciding to come back here?
I knew I wanted to finish here in Pittsburgh. It was just we wasn't on the same page as far as like Jacksonville just kept upping their guarantee, giving me more money, trying to lure me in there, and it sounded like a great story going back to Jacksonville, but my family we didn't want to leave Pittsburgh, so it was one of those like, I guess I got to take more money, and it made sense for us, but probably the best thing that happened out of COVID is this whole story. I got COVID, so I couldn't fly. I committed to sign back to Jacksonville, but because I had COVID, I had to wait the 10 days. And in that 10-day window span, Cam Hayward knew, he's like, hey, we gotta try and recruit him. It's not final. So him and Coach Dunbar kept calling me like, hey, you can come back, man. And just that thought made me like, yeah, it makes sense. Everything happens for a reason. So I think this is God telling me I gotta stay here in Pittsburgh. So that's kind of how that story turned out.
No, I like it, man. Well, we're glad that you decided to listen and stay here, man. All right. Now, you talked about it earlier, having a son here, man, and ultimately, you playing professionally while he was playing in the Whiphill, and now he's off in college playing in football and stuff like that. Just talk about what that experience was for you, being one of those rare guys that have played professionally while their son is still playing in the same city and things like that.
Man, it's such a huge blessing. It's even, like anybody that's a parent or have kids know that for me, it almost brought me more joy to be part of his journey and seeing him have success in high school and get a scholarship and play at the next level. So, just being able to see his growth as a man, as a player, is, I'm just grateful to have that opportunity. Like you said, most of the players or the kids that my sons or my kids play with is like the coaches' kids because they're older in age. So it was a blessing to be part of his recruiting process, to go to Whipfields and win that a few times, and have an opportunity to play for state. It's a blessing. It's sad that he's out of the house now, but we got 5 more to go. So
let's go.
That puts it in perspective. I got 5 more to go.
I like it, man. I like it. Well, you're doing a great job from my eyes, man. All right, so keep up the awesome work. Now, I got a couple of more questions. Then after that, we might open it up for 1 or 2 questions from the fans. But I got to ask, man, throughout your career, you've made a ton of plays, man, on the run versus the pass, everything in between. But what would you say has been your favorite play that you made throughout your career? That one, when you close your eyes, it sticks out. You're like, that's the one right there. That's my play, baby.
I got to say, back in Jacksonville, we played the Patriots. And, of course, sacking Tom Brady was definitely the highlight of the career, man. Somebody of that stature and just the GOAT at playing this game, that probably the one play that stands out to me, for sure.
No, I like that. Now, the final question that I have for you is this. We always talk about that moment where we realize, man, we're not in college anymore. This isn't high school. These dudes, big, strong, fast, it's real. And we typically call it that welcome to the NFL moment. We never forget it. If you could, Tyson, talk about your welcome to the NFL moment.
Well, mine's came quick. Maybe my first day reporting to training camp. I held out for 3 days. So when I got to Jacksonville, straight off the plane, in full pads, they made me do Oklahoma drill.
Period. Yeah.
They made me go straight to the Oklahoma drill, and I went against somebody that I grew up watching, and was from my neighborhood. So like he went to school with my family, but he's maybe 6 years older than me.
Okay, yeah.
And that was my welcome to the NFL. I was like, hey, they do not care.
Oh, no, not at all.
You got to come out and show you can handle, the grown men in this league.
No, absolutely. I mean, and we both were fortunate enough to play long. You see, right, man, if you can't, they're going to find another guy that can come in here and do the job for you, man. No, without a doubt. All right. So we do have time, man, for 1 or 2 questions from the audience. If you have a question for Tyson, about to say any question that we have for Tyson in the building tonight, man. There it is. About to say your name and your question, please.
What's your favorite game you ever played with the Steelers?
Your favorite game you ever played with the Steelers?
I say personally, I think, I want to say it was 2018, last game of the season versus the Browns. And
Right out here. Yep.
And that game just kind of started off like the best way it could for me. I think I opened, I don't know if it was the opening play or first defensive play, and I got a sack. And that's always the best feeling, doing that in this atmosphere, in front of these fans, my family. That's
Nothing
definitely
like it, man. Nothing like
for
it.
sure.
All right. Yes, indeed. We got another question for Tyson. Question for Tyson Alualu. All right. Oh, I like the face paint. Let's go.
sir.
Say your name and your question, please.
Out of Georgia, Jason Berkovich.
Let's go.
Are you a Steeler fan for life?
For life. I'm not just
For
a
life.
Steeler fan. I'm a
This is
Steeler
it.
for life.
Black and gold.
Oh, yeah.
All
oh, yeah.
day, every day.
All day, every day,
Don't
man.
you love it?
already know.
Don't you love it?
You see the jersey too? Come on now. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Win today.
Got to, man. We got to get this one. My brother.
Let's get it. Absolutely. All right, we got time for one final question, man. Does anyone have the final question for Tyson tonight? The final question. Maybe? No, you're thinking about. I see you thinking about it. You want to ask it? I saw you. All right, there we go. I see you think. I like the hat, by the way, too, man.
Can we take a picture with you guys?
Absolutely. We got you afterwards, all right?
Absolutely,
We got you when we
man.
finish it up. Okay. Well, with that being the case, that will conclude the interview. But please give another Steelers round of applause to Tyson Alualu. And let's get out here and get ready to watch the black and gold win in prime time tonight.